James Moore from Hazmore Outdoor Products. Today we're going to be installing one of our silent seats on the new Lone Wolf wide stand. We've been getting a lot of requests for a seat to fit that stand, and so we're going to go through the steps today about installing. There's a few things that's a little bit different about this stand, the way it's designed, and so I figured we'd make a little video to show you what needs to be done. So let's get started. Okay, before we get started with the install, there's a couple things I'm going to show you about the new stand. The bracket that bolts the top rail and the seat rail together, it's a little bit closer back than on the Lone Wolf regular stand. So what we're going to have to do is take the top rail, we're going to loosen it up, loosen these bolts, take them out, and install the seat where the rail is actually threaded through the seat. We want to show that to you, and that way you'll know what all's involved with that. You're going to need a couple tools, 11mm wrench to take the bolts loose, and a pair of scissors to trim the strings once we get the seat all tied on. Okay, we're going to open up the package the seat comes in. You'll notice on the back of the little brochure it gives you a full set of instructions how to install the seat, how to tie the necessary knot, a square knot, not a granny knot. Square knot holds good, granny knot will slip out. And then we're going to talk about getting the seat laced up. It shows step by step in these instructions. So don't throw this away when you get it, because you're going to need that to show you how to install it. Also, in your with your seat, you get a set of strings, enough strings to lace this up, and also tie the seat to the frame in a couple places. I like tying it to the back of the frame, that way the seat doesn't tend to slide off the back of the seat when you're transporting it. You got it on your back, it stays put, and also we tie the top and the bottom of the seat together. We'll get to that in just a minute. Okay, here we have the Lone Wolf wide model. Go ahead and extend the frame rails out where you can get the seat and work on it. We're going to turn the seat upside down and lay this silent seat across the frame. This is the seating area. This is where your traction belts go through, these tubes back here. What we want to do is just kind of lay it over, get everything kind of matched up there. I personally like to start in the back when I lace it. I start in the back and I go forward with it. Just my preference, you can do it however you want. Okay, the knot you're going to want to tie is a square knot. There's a diagram on the back of the seat installation instructions, but that's how your knot should look. Notice it has a square appearance. We're going to tie that on, and that will not slip loose once you get this good and tight and the ends melted in, as opposed to a granny knot, which will slip and come out pretty easily. Okay, we're going to start at the back. What we have here is the back row is a taper. There's as you notice, each row there's a corresponding row of squares with it. So what you want to do is you're going to want to tie these right in the center. Each one of these knots right in the center of the corresponding square. So let's go to this back row. Tie this square knot on there, right in the center. The square, the 2-inch square. Then we'll tie this knot, pull it through, snug that up, go to the next one. Find the corresponding square, tie it in the center. Okay, now that we have everything tied on the seat, go ahead and stretch it out a little bit. It'll seem very tight to start with. That's okay. That's definitely what you're looking for. You don't want it sagging. As soon as we put this on a tree, the stand set up, you'll see that it'll stretch just a little bit and everything will fit just like it's supposed to. We're going to go ahead and take out these 11mm bolts right here. Take them loose. Hold it. Come out pretty quick. Also, make sure you don't lose your nylon washers on each side of the stand. Top frame. Set of nylon washers to keep from squeaking. Go ahead and take those, set those aside, don't lose them. Okay. Now we have the top frame rail taken loose. You can just set those aside. Okay, as we stretch the netting over the frame mount, it's approximately 8 squares on one side. It's just like that. Be 7 on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Stretch that over the seat. Once it says, all right, we have that on the seat now. All right, actually, what I do is I take and put the bracket through the second row of the netting. You haven't cut any of your strings off yet, hopefully. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take the center row right here. Flip it over, put the stand over. There's just enough string left over where you can tie that in the middle of your stand. I'm going to tie these strings here. Right on just side of this bracket, we're going to tie the netting top to the bottom there as well. All right, now we'll do this other side. Tie the top to the bottom. First thing we're going to do is snip our little where we tied our knots. You don't want to snip it too close because we're going to burn it. That's going to roll a little ball up on this end right here, and that's going to help keep these knots secure from ever coming loose on you. Okay, you notice we got a little, maybe about 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch right there on that. I'm going to go ahead and burn this one. And heat it up, it'll roll up into a little ball. Yeah, that thing's good to go once it does that. Just make sure that you got those ends. Okay, here we are with the seat installed on the Lone Wolf wide frame. It doesn't slide back the way it does on our other models because of the way that Lone Wolf decided to put this bracket on here. If it were a little further forward, we could, our seats would slide all the way up. If you want to, you don't have to put it through here. If you're comfortable with setting with this much seat, then you don't need to thread it through like this. But it's just something I want you to be aware of on the Lone Wolf wide stand only, that you have to thread it through like this. It will slide back a little bit out of your way whenever you're trying to stand up. When you're putting this bolt back in, the washers and everything, it's a good idea to loosen this lower bolt just a little bit, and that helps you get the washer in there. A lot more room to play. Okay, now that we have our silent seat installed on the Lone Wolf stand. We're going to go ahead and mount it on the tree and let you see what it looks like installed on the tree. Okay, here we got the seat installed. One of the comfort tip about installing this is to make sure that your stand is not level. It's setting with the front tilted down just a little bit. A lot of people like setting with their stand up like this or level. What this does, whenever you tilt the front down just a little bit, it takes the pressure off the back of your legs, any pressure that the seat will have, and it makes it much more comfortable to sit in. So there you have it. There's the complete start and finish of the Lone Wolf wide model sit and climb.